This is 7 News, the voice of the coast.
Tonight, an Optus outage affects thousands of regional customers and the North Coast wasn't spared.
Bushland scoured as the search continues for a man missing in Port Macquarie.
I'm Daniel Gibson. Later on this news hour, dozens of Sydney businesses smashed as shop owners were left helpless. And back on his feet, Glenn Maxwell's double-century heroics.
7 News begins now.
Good evening. Optus is tonight slowly turning on its nationwide network after a catastrophic failure.
The major telco services went down before dawn, creating havoc for thousands of customers up and down the coast, both at home and at work.
7 hours without Optus mobile and internet services today directly cut off up to 10 million customers nationwide. But plenty of others on the North Coast also hit by the complete network failure.
I've needed to make some really important phone calls and haven't been able to make anything. There's no connection, no text messages, no nothing really.
I thought I'm going to get a heart attack because you're lost without your phone.
And I couldn't find out the time of the flight, so it was a bit inconvenient.
Service New South Wales lost their 1300 call centre and some transactions, causing delays and frustration.
It's been bedlam in there this morning. There's so many people walking up and the computers are down. Optus computers are all down, so people have got to wait for ages to be served.
I've just had to take time off work to come into the RMS and I couldn't pay or do any business at the RMS.
Lots of retailers lost trade as EFTPOS machines failed to connect to banks. Sensara clothing boutique had a desperate morning.
I haven't been able to take any sales today. None.
Enforced cash trade saw only a fraction of the usual lunchtime trade.
And it's a good 70% down on a normal Wednesday.
Massage services forced to alert customers.
We just tell customer to pay with cash only.
Low price sales less impacted.
Lucky most of our sales people have been carrying cash, so they've been paying by cash. There's a couple of customers that we've probably missed out on.
But problems not confined to retailers.
It's been stopping customers ringing businesses to place orders with them. It's stopping the business from ringing their clients. It's having a big impact on all the businesses right across the Mid-North Coast and Australia.
The Optus network started coming back at 1 p.m. after shutting down early this morning.
But the network failure also brought down some emergency services calls. Claire Simmons joins us live now from Coffs Harbour. And Claire, concerningly, some calls to 000 couldn't be connected.
Nick, Optus landlines and some of their mobiles couldn't connect to the 000 network for 7 hours. Impacted phone customers couldn't call state SES on their 1300 number either. But the loss of full 000 coverage brought in the acting Prime Minister.
We are focused on the impact on government services and particularly in respect of keeping people safe, and that goes to the 000 network.
New South Wales Police have asked us to check on vulnerable members of our community.
Yes, very good advice. Thanks, Claire. That's Claire Simmons reporting live in Coffs Harbour tonight.
A search has resumed for a man missing in Port Macquarie today. 41-year-old Kyle Gainey has not been seen since the 26th of October. And today's search has focused on a new search area. Samantha Crowe joins us live now. And Sam, what do we know?
Well, Maddie, a new discovery has triggered today's search. A number of items that belong to Kyle Gainey have been located in the area. It's been 13 days since anyone has seen the 41-year-old, and police have grave concerns for his welfare. Led by police officers and detectives, today's search teams have scoured thick bush and headlands in the search for missing man Kyle Gainey.
About 8 a.m. this morning, a search recommenced for 41-year-old missing person Kyle Gainey. Police received information that led us to the Lighthouse Beach area overnight. As a result, the search recommenced here. A number of items of Kyle Gainey's clothing were located in the vicinity of the Lighthouse Beach coastal walk, triggering a focused search in this area.
Today's operation has been conducted in difficult terrain that stretches the length of the coastline. It follows extensive land, air and water searches that focused on the Nobby's Beach area after his white ute was located in a car park 12 days ago. It's been 13 days since anyone has been able to contact the 41-year-old.
Kyle hasn't been seen since the 26th of October. Obviously that gives grave concern for his welfare for police at this point in time and for his family.
Several searches have been conducted since a missing persons alert was issued on the 26th of October. Police have also raised concerns about Mr Gainey's health at the time of his disappearance. His photo has been released to the public and police have asked for assistance from the local community.
We would ask anybody who has any information in regards to Kyle to contact their local police station or Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
A search effort will continue as part of ongoing investigations. Samantha Crowe, 7 News.
A stop work order has been issued to the developers of an apartment building in Foster. The development was being built beyond its construction certificate, with all builders on site not licensed to undertake the specific work.
A stop work order issued for a development in Foster.
There can be no building work conducted while that stop work order is in place.
An inspection in October found the development at 29 to 33 Wallace Street was built beyond the current construction certificate, and that no builder on site was licensed to be undertaking the building work in relation to the development.
The current certificate they had was up to ground level, but they built 3 stories above that level, which is a problem.
The development application was approved by council but is being certified privately. 9 apartments have already been sold.
In this case, the building is being privately certified and not certified by council. So once we have issued an approval, we have very little to do with the actual construction of the building.
7 matters on the Mid-North Coast are currently under investigation, including this stop work order. Fair Trading are reminding builders and developers to seek appropriate approvals before undertaking work.
Yeah, look, compliance in Foster and surrounds is pretty good. The disappointing factor is we came across what we do normally see, which is a number of unlicensed trades operating under builders.
From council's perspective, we approve a lot of buildings. What we expect and what we want is the people we work with to get construction certificates and to follow the process.
7 News spoke with the site manager today, but was not provided with a written statement. Hannah Hartup, 7 News.
A new volunteer program aimed at reducing loneliness and isolation has been launched on the Mid-North Coast. The initiative encourages people to rediscover their passions and find new outlets to connect to the community.
A way of reconnecting with the local community. 70-year-old Jeff Bolton is teaching woodworking classes at the Port Macquarie Community College. Today, his class is aimed at people living with a disability. It's been 4 years since Mr Bolton retired from his job as a TAFE teacher, and he was feeling disconnected and a little lonely.
In retirement, you sort of look around and wonder where you are after being used to going to work every day.
But thanks to the Healthy Me, Healthy Community pilot program, he's back doing what he loves and sharing the wealth of his knowledge.
They just came around and said, "Do you want to be part of the community?" And I said, yes.
From there, the service, which is run by Feros Care, identified Mr Bolton's skills and found him the perfect placement.
One of the subjects I taught was workshop. And I've always been a person who's been interested in woodwork. And so it was the ideal fit.
He's now putting smiles on the faces of his students. Many of them say his class is their favourite.
I get to do all the fun stuff. It's an awesome class and I enjoy the class. It's a great class.
Great class? And Jeff Bolton is feeling like he's reconnected.
It makes you feel as though you're contributing to the community, and it makes you feel as though you're actually achieving something.
Plus, the students are pretty happy to have him as well.
Very nice.
You like Jeff?
Yeah.
Samantha Crowe, 7 News.
The Mid-Coast RFS is asking for community feedback on their new bushfire risk management plan. The plan aims to reduce the impact of bushfire on people's lives, properties and the environment.
There are over 90,000 homes at risk of bushfire in the Mid-Coast Fire District. The Rural Fire Service are now developing a management plan to ensure these properties stay safe.
Mid-Coast is prone to bushfires. It's a lovely place to live, but it is a bushfire-prone area, and we have to put these plans in place to ensure that we can protect and save people's properties and lives.
The plan aims to identify ways to reduce the impact of fires in the area. Through computer modelling, the RFS have tested scenarios for possible fire conditions.
So we look at the assets of land, cultural aspects, environmental aspects, fauna and fauna aspects as well. So we need to protect these areas, and the plan gives us a good hindsight into these areas.
This is an updated plan from the 2019-2020 bushfire season that saw over 3,000 properties nationally go up in flames. Terry Hinton's home in Boban was one of those properties. 4 years on, he's still trying to process it all.
It's just, everything's gone, man. All my kids' memorabilia, photos and stories that from my great-grandfather back to 1840, you know, it's all gone.
Fires across Australia this season have already destroyed over 80 properties. While the management plan won't prevent fires, it's a step in reducing their toll on the community. Hannah Hartup, 7 News.
Well, Kirsty is here now for a look at today's weather. And Kirsty, we're seeing quite a bit of wind around today.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a breezy day. Nick and Maddie, hello to you and good evening, everyone. It's also been a day of very mixed conditions for the North Coast. Maximums today around the mid to high 20s, 26 in Foster, 25 for Port Macquarie. Very muggy as well with a high humidity and those warm and breezy north to northeasterly winds across the day. Minimums also warm too, thanks to that cloud cover trapping in some heat. Grafton a low of 13, Yamba 16 and 18 our minimum at Byron Bay. It was sunny this morning, but we saw showers develop around the inland, including for Dorrigo, Nimboida and towards Tenterfield about the mid-afternoon, with storms moving in too. Leesmore has seen about 1 millimetre of rain, so have parts of the Bellinger and Nambucca regions. Tomorrow looking sunny, those wind speeds picking up before that chance of showers arriving once again through Friday. I'll have a look at those details coming up after sport.
Thanks, Kirsty. See you in a couple of minutes.
Still to come in 7 News, a powerful First Nation story to be told through art in the Northern Rivers.
And a rise in ocean temperatures results in a code blue emergency warning.
And a little later on this news hour, questions grow over how the war will end as Israel forces make their way into the heart of Gaza City. Plus, a driver faces court charged over the crash that killed 2 teens in Sydney. And back on his feet, Glenn Maxwell's double-century heroics.
Welcome back. The Climate Council has just called a code blue emergency on Australian oceans. It comes as concern grows about rising ocean temperatures.
More tropical species than ever are frequenting our offshore waters. Huge manta rays and leopard sharks, once rarely seen, are more common as ocean temperatures rise.
The biggest concern is that it's happening faster than we expected. We are seeing these heat wave events, and in heat wave events we can see mass kills of lots of different organisms.
It's not only the subtropical fish coming to the North Coast.
With the elevated temperatures, we're getting a die-off of kelp, so the large underwater algae, the plant life that we see is disappearing, die-off of seagrass, and we're also seeing some increasing disease in fish, so more things are coming down from the tropics into our area.
Australian oceans need help, according to a new Climate Council report.
We're calling a code blue for our oceans because sadly our ocean is in crisis. It's in very deep trouble because of climate change driven by the burning of coal, oil and gas.
It's not just about fish migration.
Vast majority of extra heat that we are trapping because of that increased concentration of greenhouse gases around the world, that's actually ending up in the oceans.
Reversing the damage will take actions like re-establishing mangroves.
I think it's really important that everybody thinks about emissions. We need to stop using fossil fuels, but we can also do things like planting mangroves, seagrasses and repairing these marine habitats because they do absorb a lot of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
Claire Simmons, 7 News.
The Northern Rivers Performing Arts will put on a free outdoor theatre event called Flow in November. The performance focuses on a powerful First Nations story and will be told through dance, video projection, hip hop and music.
And it's a gift to the community to come and experience a story of identity that dives deep into country and explores ancient stories in a contemporary world.
Significantly, the group lost its original venue, the Lismore City Hall, to the 2022 floods.
The organisation is adapting and really advocating for arts in the local community. So we're bringing this extraordinary stage show out into the world.
Performances will be held on November 16 and 17 at Maclean Showgrounds and November 23 to 25 at the Lismore Quad.
Still to come in 7 News, a Coffs Harbour golf professional lands the best results of his career.
And it's these moves that have booked a Northern Rivers teen his ticket to the Paris Olympics.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, why ponytail facelifts are all the rage. Strange name, but the results are eye-catching.
And Milk Wars, it's utterly crazy. Look at all the different types. We break down what is best for every age group.
See you in the morning.
Jeff Dunn has always dreamed of one day being an Olympian, and now he's on the plane to next year's Olympics in Europe after claiming gold at the Oceania Breaking Championships in Sydney.
This 16-year-old is now officially among the world's top 16 breakdancers, thanks to his qualification for the sport's first Olympics.
When I found out I won, the first thing that was going through my head was, don't cry, you know.
Mum Rhonda couldn't hold back her emotions.
We were in tears. It was amazing. So we were so ecstatic with everything because of all the hard work and dedication and everything you'd put into it. So we were super excited.
The Casuarina teen trains 4 days a week, waking up at 5 a.m. He also has to find time to fit in a 2-day strength and conditioning program, with nutrition a huge part of any athlete's schedule.
I have my green shake. My mum makes that for me. Then I make myself eggs on croissant or eggs on rice.
Jeff's coach, Glenn Workman, says the focus is now on an 8-month plan to have him firing at the right time for Paris.
There's a lot of strength work that needs to be laid down first and then move into power work, both upper body and lower body.
And the training is working. Jeff has become fitter and stronger over the last couple of months.
You know, we want to actually not have him put on too much muscle or to put on too much size. I still want him to sort of maintain his weight but get stronger.
The Olympics will be Jeff's second trip to Paris after a holiday in 2018, but this time he could be performing under the Eiffel Tower instead of looking at it. Paul Jobber, 7 News.
Coffs Harbour golf professional Jack Pountney has just had the best result of his career and competes again tomorrow. The 25-year-old was leading the Queensland PGA Championship by 1 stroke with 4 holes to go at Nudgee Golf Club. But Victorian amateur Phoenix Campbell took the lead with a sensational shot to the green from 164 metres out. As an amateur, his winner's purse was divided among Jack Pountney and 6 professionals who shared second place at 8 under par. Each earned themselves $8,000. Pountney competes tomorrow in the Gippsland Super 6.
Rev heads from near and far and young and old have converged on the Coffs Harbour region for 4 weeks of wheeled action. The Coffs Coast Festival of Motorsport started on November 4 and continues this weekend with the New South Wales Championship Rally Cross Days at Rally Raceway. The month-long event runs through until November 26 at locations around Coffs Harbour. Nearby areas of Kempsey and Grafton will also be used. The 2023 event will feature categories of rally, dirt track, off-road racing, motocross, go-karting, speedway, hill climbs and so much more.
And so much more.
So much more.
Still to come in 7 News, Kirsty is back and she's got your local weather forecast. That's next.
Welcome back, everyone. Rain-bearing troughs and a low-pressure system over New South Wales are triggering showers and thunderstorms, some of which could become severe. We are also experiencing warm winds and humid conditions thanks to a high-pressure system drawing warmth, but also creating instability over the state. This wet weather looking to ease by the weekend, but we will also see temperatures skyrocketing as well as our fire danger rating increasing. The coast, though, likely to remain under the influence of this high-pressure system for most of the upcoming week, so we're not expecting more than just a couple of millimetres north of Port Macquarie. On to our Thursday weather now. Some sunshine around tomorrow with a few areas of scattered cloud building through the afternoon and during that second half of the day. A warm northerly breeze as temperatures sit around about the mid to high 20s. Coffs Harbour 26 degrees warmer at Grafton with 29 and Yamba partly cloudy reaching the mid-20s. On the waters tomorrow, northeasterly winds around 20 knots for Byron Bay, increasing to 30 knots for Coffs Harbour as well as Port Macquarie and the Hunter coastal waters. That prompting a strong wind warning. Swells around 2 to 3 feet, with sea heights also increasing towards the south up to about 2.5 metres. Friday will deliver another mild day, but we will see quite a high chance of showers returning to the coastline. Between 2 and 5 millimetres is likely through the early afternoon and into the evening, but storms could develop as well. Partly cloudy during the morning, a breezy north to northeasterly wind. Evans Head 27, Tweed Head's a top of 26. Skies look to clear once again into Saturday though, but winds are forecast to pick up, reaching more than 30 kilometres an hour in the morning. Those winds likely to feel strongest though around the mid-coast, including regions like Forster. Partly cloudy as we head further north. Around the northern rivers, those winds are likely to ease back slightly. Byron Bay 26 degrees following quite a mild 19 overnight. Casino a partly cloudy 26 and 26 degrees also in Lismore. Mostly clear skies on the forecast tomorrow. That break of rain heading our way through Friday and clearing up once again into Saturday.
Sure is a bit of everything for the next few days.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kirsty. See you later.
And that is all we have time for tonight. Thanks for watching. You can always catch up on our website, or of course, at 7+.
Right now, though, Dan has your national news. Have a lovely night. We'll see you again tomorrow from 6 o'clock. See you there.